The sound of heart. If we listen carefully, what might we hear in the word heart? Or at least, speaking for myself, for me, as I think through and try to express myself in this, my own mother tongue, my own first language, what might I hear now, listening here, right here and now, with you, in this world, in this word, in this world of words, in that which we call in English heart. But wait, we are perhaps racing ahead, or I am, at least, nothing new there. But should we not rather go slowly, taking one small step at a time, and first asking ourselves the following question or questions? How can we know when we are really listening carefully? How can we do that? How do we listen carefully, as if with heart, with all the heart, with all one's human heart? How should we listen well, to hear the sense and sound, to hear the music? I am not sure that I have any satisfactory or satisfying answers to these questions. Have you? Never mind, no matter. Let's sit quietly together, in any case, and try, if only for a moment, to think it through. And allowing time to think it through, thinking it through, letting the thinking through thinking itself, through with thinking, and sitting quietly as our thoughts begin to settle, thoughts settling, and the mind, little by little, becoming entirely quiet and still. And it is in this moment there that, first and foremost, we may recall ourselves to each other in our shared mystery and potential, and simply be present. Perhaps it's an act or a decision. Perhaps it's an attitude, or simply a reaction of recognition. Perhaps it's an inspiration, or perhaps it's already the beginning of this, our answer. The beginning of our answer to each human other. A meeting, an encounter, a discovery, a conversation, a dialogue, the beginning of our answer to each and every human other. And in this, our inspiration, we sit together as if our meeting of minds were itself a kind of dwelling place, somewhere to feel for a moment at home. And then, in a little quiet time, we sit together, perhaps a little more closely, a little, ever so little. We come a little closer and feel a little closer one to the other. And, sitting close, our perspectives become aligned. And in this way, ever so slowly and ever so subtly, we become fleetingly conscious of the fact, a little, ever so little, that we are breathing now together, more or less, in time, and as if our breaths in truth were one, were only one breath, and our now quietened thoughts for a single present moment in harmony. And sitting down quietly together in this single present moment, now we realize, even if not quite fully and fully consciously, something quite extraordinary, which perhaps we will call here, for want of a better word, understanding. But understanding, understood very modestly, to mean something like standing under. As if standing under, for example, a vast and magnificent sky, the heavens above, and in an attitude that is fully open to wonder about the world itself, and fully open to a feeling, a sense, a keen sense of mystery, and to not knowing, and then, in fact, to not really knowing anything in its entirety, and to not really understanding anything at all, or not completely, and instead leaving always a little space for the company of some one, some thing other. Do you understand? And in this, our understanding, and in this, our recognition of our lack of understanding, and our insufficiency, our incompleteness, our modesty, we come perhaps to sit even more closely together, to sit still more closely together, a little, ever so little, and we come a little closer and feel a little closer one to the other. And sitting close, our perspectives becoming aligned in lack of understanding, in understanding. And in this way, ever so subtly, ever so slowly, we become fleetingly conscious of the fact, a little, ever so little, that we are breathing now together, more or less, in time. And as if our breaths in truth were one, were only one breath, and our now quietened thoughts for a single present moment in harmony. And sitting down quietly together in this single present moment, we have become now so close, you and I, that it is as if I inhale your breath, you mine. And in this way we come at last again to listening, and to listening carefully to what we might hear when we are listening very carefully in the heart, the human heart, your beating heart, my beating heart, as if listening carefully, listen. There is hearing upon the eardrum, vibrating, reverberating, a heartbeat, itself a heartbeat, beating, pulsating to a pulse, a rhythm, a pulse, a rhythm, now a little faster, now a little slower, vibrating, reverberating and sounding, listening carefully together as one song. And one song as if sounded, as it were, in unison, as if unified, one beating heart, one voice, one song as if the heart together in company, in choir, can open up this single present moment now to become as if a vast celestial echoing chamber or dome of magnificent sound, as if the song of the very sky itself in swollen human heart. And this then, being at once sounding and listening, is to the relaxed human heart hearing music. For relaxed human hearts hum happily as one. And almost as an aside, I ask you, what is language, if not a music of the tongue? And what is culture, and especially a culture of art, music and dance, if not a ground, a site, on which and from where to encourage and cultivate growth, a ground that encourages growth, in an attitude that encourages growth, and a ground that is worthy, therefore, of recalling and of our recurring attention and cultivation and praise. So let's now take courage. Let's seek greatness of heart and encourage in ourselves a deeper listening and hearing and understanding and compassion. For if we listen very carefully, what we might hear in this word, our heart, is the very art of hearing itself, or the art, that is, of listening, hearing and understanding with compassion and heart, and only heart, as if the art of heart. And we humans, humming happily, come home, sound of heart.